Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here, and today we're going to be doing a Guardian Druid PvP guide. Start with the talents. Feline Swiftness, Displacer Beast, and Wild Charge. So, out of all these, I would pick Wild Charge because of different reasons. All of these can do well. There's the Fly to Ally Position, Charge in Bear form, Leap in the Cat form, and Travel form, Leap, and Aquatic form, Swim Speed. The two best ones, in my opinion, are Bear Form and the non-shape-shifted one. Or Cat Form's pretty good too, I guess. They're both the same thing for the Fly and the Leap. Bear Form, you could charge against range classes, mages, locks, hunters, etc. Fly to the non-allies position. The reason why this is so good and really awesome is because, the example, Warsong Glitch. Either in the Horde or Alliance base, there's like a kind of neat trick that I learned personally. I'm sure some people know this already and do this because I've seen it sometimes. For example, you're on the bottom floor, right where the flag is, and there's somebody on the second floor that's an ally or an enemy. An example, cat form. You can leap to the second floor and you take a shortcut and pretty much typhoon that person off if you have it. And then, example, fly to an ally's position. You can fly up to your teammate. If you got a partner with you, you could tell them to go up there, sit on the ledge. You can fly up there. It's a pretty cool trick. So that is the reason why I would use Wild Charge. Second row, Ysaro's Gift, Renewal, Shurian's Ward. You can't go wrong with either one of these. So you can pick whichever one you want. But Ysaro's Gift is what I go with because of the 2% maximum health every 5 seconds. It's passive. I like passives. So that's why I use Ysaro's Gift. Renewal can be good too. You can't go wrong with that, like I said. Up to you if you want to use it. Shurian's Ward is one of my favorites. I use this like all the time before I went Ysaro's Gift. It's what I would use second if you don't want to use Ysaro's Gift. You can use Renewal if you want to out of all three. It's up to you. Like I said, I use Ward. It's short cooldown, heals for a lot. So yeah, that's what I like. Third row, there's a Swarm, Entanglement, and Typhoon. The only two I would pick are Swarm and Typhoon. Entanglement, not really worth it. Typhoon, I only use on certain maps, so you can use that all the time if you want to, up to you. I like the Swarm for the slow. If you're not in a form, you can spam slow, so like if you're fighting somebody and they're running away, just get out of the form and spam the slow. I'll show you right now. See, you can spam use it, but once you go in bear form, it goes on cooldown. But in bear form, I'll get to that later in the video as soon as because it involves something else. But yeah, what I would go with is a Swarm or Typhoon. All right, fourth row, Soul of the Forest, Ursurok, and Force of Nature. I use Soul of the Forest because of the damage increase and the 5% rage, or not 5%, but 5 more rage. And the damage increase is real nice because I've actually done 60 to 100k mangles before. I'm not really joking. I mean, I was shocked too the first time I saw it because I never expected a Guardian Druid to actually pull that much damage. So yeah, that's why I use that. Force of Nature, somebody said in my other video that it was pretty good. I tested it out again, and it is kind of not that bad, but I still would use Soul of the Forest. That's just me. And Son of Ursurok, not really that great. I wouldn't use it. Not worth it. So that's what I would use for the fourth row. Fifth row, Roar, Vortex, and Bash. I would use the Bash for the stun because you're melee and it's going to help you a lot. So, because who doesn't like stun? So I use that. Vortex, I would not use Guardian. Roar, not really worth it as Guardian either. So of all these, I would just pick the Mighty Bash. Moving on to the sixth row. Heart of the Wild, Druid Cenarius, and Nature's Vigil. Heart of the Wild, not really worth it. Long cooldown. Only really worth it maybe as Resto. So I wouldn't use that. Dream of Cenarius is what you would want to use as a Guardian. Increases the healing from Healing Touch. Really a lot because I've done 90k healing touches. That is a lot of healing right there. So, and it also increases the critical strike of Mangle, and your Mangle critical strikes have a 40% chance to increase your healing. Well, not increase your healing, but to make your healing touch or rebirth instant. But nobody uses rebirth in PvP, so basically healing touch. And castable all forms, and it also benefits from attack power. So, like example, you're just mangling somebody in Battlegrounds, and it procs. Basically, it makes your healing touch instant, and you don't even have to get out of the form for it. And like I said, it's done like 92k healing touches for me. Not all the time, but most of the time it does do pretty high healing. So yeah, I would use that personally. You could. The only other one I considered was Nature's Vigil, but it's not really worth it because just don't do enough damage personally to see any real healing from it. So I would not use it. I would just use Dream Scenarios. Alright, now for the last row, none of these are really that special. I wouldn't use Guardian of Loon at all. Pulverize you could probably use if you wanted to. I just like to Electrate for rogues or mages that have instant invisible. So, because it consumes all three of your Electrorates, so if you use it and a mage goes invisible or a rogue goes vanishes, it's not on there, and they can't cloak it or anything. So that's why I said just you don't bother using this. I would use Bristle of Fur. Only use it for like when you're in a stun from a rogue and he's about to do that from above, or if a lock's about to get a Chaos Bolt on you. I would only use it really around where somebody's about to go pretty much ham on you. So it's not really good otherwise because it's only for 3 seconds. 3 seconds is like nothing. So that's just my opinion. Anyways, moving on to the glyphs. This is the mandatory glyph bark skin. You can't. You should always have it. If you don't have it, get it. You need it. It's pretty self-explanatory right there. All right. These other two are optional, but in my opinion, this is probably another mandatory glyph. Just again, my opinion, Fairy Fire used in bear form silences the target. This is what I was talking about earlier in the video. Fairy Swarm, if you don't use it in outside bear form, doesn't have a cooldown. It keeps flowing. Bear form, it gives a longer cooldown with the glyph, but it silences the target. For like, you can use it against mages or warlocks, pretty much examples. So yeah, that's why I like that glyph. Other glyph I have is Dash in case I need to get away. It's only 2-minute cooldown with the glyph, so that's what I would use. You can use that. Cyclone if you want for the extra CC. If you're doing some bears do arenas and stuff, so if you want to use that for Cyclone, you can use it in Battlegrounds too. Obviously, it doesn't happen to be just arenas, but you get the point. This glyph is optional. It doesn't really matter if you don't want to use it. It's up to you. Anyways, all right. My gear, I would use 2-set because if you hit a player with Mangle while they are casting or channeling a spell, their damage and healing will be reduced by 35%. That is pretty dang strong, especially for certain classes. My gear stat priority, I stack versatility and mastery. Versatility reduces your damage taken, and it also increases your damage taken, and also increases your healing. So versatility, in my opinion, would be what you want to stack. So that's why I have versatility enchants. For weapon enchant, I use crit for the Dream of Cenarius proc, which also where it says your Mangle critical strikes have a 40% chance to make your healing touch instant. For you, like I said, you can heal inside bear form pretty much. And yeah, just stack versatility gear, basically versatility and mastery. That's what I would use. Rotation. This is what I would do. Mangle first for the slow infected wounds, then just get your 3 stacks up. And then I would thrash just for the extra bleed for the heck of it. That's what I usually do sometimes. And then from that, it's just pretty much straightforward. You just keep mangling, keep your 3 stacks up, keep the slow up, etc. And if you're far away from a mage or a warlock, just use Fiery Swarm. And I would use Mighty Bash at when somebody's bursting, and if he's, for a rogue example, Mighty Bash a rogue, and if he stuns that, then and he's about to vendetta you, just use bristle fur or bark skin so he doesn't. Because there's one thing I learned: assassin rogues, they do magical damage, so it goes through the bear form, and it does really, really hurt. So I would use all possible cooldowns against vendetta. Alright, so, and try to save as much rage as possible, because if you got people on you, you're going to want to use Frenzy Regeneration. So only use Maul as a rage dump if you're not being pretty much jumped on by certain people. Alright guys, well I hope you liked the guide. And yeah. Oh, there's like one thing I did forget. I don't have a lot of macros, but yeah, this is my only macro if you guys want to look at it. It's only because I don't use that many macros at all, as you can see. So just cast Berserk, cast my PvP Trinket, cast Berserking, cast Drenic Agility Potion right here. So yeah, nothing really special. If you guys do really want to see it, it's right here. But yeah, guys, that's all there really is for my guide. So I hope you like it. Please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys soon.